Hi, I'm Ashy. Welcome to my January alphabet painting series. So this year I decided to choose a New Year's resolution that I feel like is actually doable, and that is for the first 26 days of the year, to paint a small, quick watercolor sketch that corresponds with the letters of the alphabet. This will help me be disciplined and help me paint daily for this first, month or so. And hopefully this will help me also build that habit of creativity and just pulling out the paints every single day. And it's just building that habit of creativity. Let me know if you have any New Year's resolutions that you are deciding on for yourself this year. I'd love to hear your different ideas in the comments. So for each of these videos, I'll be using the brand new sketchbook that I'm starting this year. It's Moleskine watercolor album. It's not the highest quality paper, but for quick watercolor sketches, it does the job. Let's jump in. We are on day 20 now. And for day 20, I'm gonna do T is for traffic signal. So I'm gonna start with making little circles of the three colors, so red, yellow, and green. Okay, so I'm just going to paint that in a circle and then draw that color into the middle, leaving a white highlight. Okay. And I want it to be pretty concentrated color. To really get that pop of red. Okay, now just about half a centimeter below that, I'm gonna go in with some yellow and do the same thing, trying to make my circle the same size. But if it's not exactly, that's fine. Because you're going to see that this is going to be a very loose traffic signal. Not trying to make it realistic at all. And you'll see the design that I came up with as we continue. So there's yellow, and then I'm going to do the same thing with green. Taking that paint, making sure I don't have too much water on the brush where it will just get out of control. And I'm using just the very tip of this round brush. This is a size 10 round, so it's kind of a medium size round brush. And then just doing the same thing, drawing that down, creating a little white space for a highlight. Okay. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some clean water and I'm going to paint clean water around my three dots, my three lights, and leave kind of a rectangle around where I'm painting this clean water. So if you can't tell where you're painting it, just kind of tilt your page and you'll see a sheen where you have put the water, and just kind of adding that around, okay? And then I'm going to take more of those three colors that I did, water it down, and splatter it. So I'm going to start with the red. So I'm going to take quite a bit of the red, add some water, and then just splatter it into that wet paint, or that wet area. Okay, and that's going to make it bleed out. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing with some yellow. And then the same thing for some green. Okay. Oops. And then I'm just going to take my paper towel and dab out some of those splatters that got into the middle where I hadn't put the water. And I'm actually even going to kind of rub some of those away to maintain that white space. Okay. Okay. And then I think I just want a little bit more green. So I just didn't feel like, oops. So I just didn't feel like it had very much green. So added a little bit more of that. You can even kind of drop some in if you want to do it that way too. Okay. And I didn't rinse my brush in between the red and the green, so it's going to get maybe a little bit muddy, and that's okay. Okay, so around here, I'm just going to drop in some yellow. Let it bleed out a little bit. If it doesn't want to bleed very much, kind of force it. Okay. And then you can always tap in some clean water, and that'll create some like bloom areas that it repels the wetness. It repels the pigment around it. Okay. So now the actual light parts are dry. So I'm going to take a small brush, and then I'm going to take some black. And I'm going to put the little kind of cover over it. So try to be pretty careful because I don't want to do too much. Okay. And then I'm just going to do a little like jet out to make it look like that cover coming out over the light. Okay. And then I'm going to do the same thing on all of them. My brush isn't holding its shape very well. I'm going to change to my other, that's a size 2. I'm going to change to my size 0. I don't know what's going on with that brush. It just doesn't feel like it's holding its shape, so I'm going to trade to this one. Okay. So there are the little covers. Almost looks like little people, like hair. But anyway, so I'm just gonna rinse that now, and then I'm gonna take some light Payne's Gray, and it's a very watery mix of Payne's Gray, and I'm gonna do just a hint of the shape, which I already have because it was where I didn't introduce any water when I was doing the splattering. Okay. Okay, and then I'm just going to rinse my brush, and on the side I'm going to get it wet and kind of blend it out to make it look like that's the shadowed side. So introduce a little bit more color. And there's the shadow side of the traffic signal. And then just going to kind of soften some of these edges on the inside. Like a little shadow coming in a little bit, but not as intense as on the side. Okay. And then I'm just going to do a little hint of the pole coming down. So I'm going to paint in one side and then just touch that and let it bleed out. Toward the other side. And I'm just going to add a little bit more of that color right below where there would be a shadow from the box itself. And there is my traffic signal. And I think it's so fun and loose and I like it. Anyway, now I'm going to do my flat wash brush, and I'm going to use yellow for my T. Okay. Is 4. And for traffic signal, I am going to write it on 2 lines. So I said this once before in this series, and then I forgot to write it on 2 lines, but this time I'm really going to. So I'm going to do traffic first, T, and I'm really working on these kind of calligraphy style letters. So it's heavy down, light up. Light up on these F's, heavy down. Light up on the I, heavy down. And then the C, I find it easier to start on the side and then come heavy down. Okay. Traffic signal. So S I G N, oops, heavy down, sig A signal. L. Okay. There we go. T is for traffic signal. Day 20. Thanks for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it and I hope you learned something. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell to see when each of my new videos drops. Have an awesome day.